Visiting Senior Fellow at the Middle East Institute at the National University of Singapore. Thank you for joining us on the program. OPEC and oil-producing countries, as I said, have agreed to cut oil production by a tenth, with possible further cuts coming. How significant is this, and will it be enough, you think, to offset falling demand?
Well, there'll be some people always would say that this might be a case of too little, too late. Once you consider that the estimates of the fall in demand for April have been as high as 30 million barrels per day, suggests that a cut of 10 million barrels per day by the OPEC Plus group, plus the expectation that other large producers such as US, Canada, and Brazil would chip in to add another 4 to 5 million barrels per day, are a good start, but they may not mean all that much with respect to the storage facilities that are being filled up now. So we'll have to see, but it certainly would give a good indicator to markets that the producers are willing to take the pain and cut back.
Mexico, though, so far is reluctant to cut its share of oil. Why are they so reluctant to agree to deep cuts, and can they be persuaded?
Well, we are all waiting on pins and needles on that. When you think of the size of the cuts that have been urged upon the OPEC Plus members, Mexico has objected to the expected cuts that they are supposed to commit to, something like 400,000 barrels per day. They were willing, from reports that have been available, they were willing to cut by about 100,000 barrels per day. We can only watch and wait to see whether Mexico falls in line with the expectations of the larger group.
And what sort of further cuts can we expect to see the longer this pandemic goes on?
Well, all eyes are on the U.S., and that's particularly a difficult situation. The U.S., as you know, is a free market. They do not have a Ministry of Energy Affairs able to impose any kind of quotas or production levels. They certainly have already seen early cuts by the fact that prices have collapsed so far. And we're seeing the free market working with respect to the financing available to particularly the shale sector in the U.S. And we're seeing reports of many companies either cutting back on their investment programs or, in fact, facing business bankruptcy. So the U.S. might argue and say that they are already in the process of what one could call organic cutbacks. We'll have to see whether the OPEC Plus group can accept this. We've also heard of President Trump threatening tariffs, but we'll have to wait and just see how this works out.
All right. Tilak Doshi in Singapore, thank you so much.